So this week I'm going to trade in all my sewing kit and caboodle for some tools to upgrade the studio lighting a little bit. Hold on a second. This is my sewing show. I sew myself something every week. That's how this goes. Don't worry. This always will be your show and always is your show. It's a work week for you this week. You're upgrading a pattern. You've done this before. People don't want to see this. And we'll check in with you, see how things are going. I mean, look at you in your work clothes. Off to the hardware store. So I got my lights and sockets and wires and other accoutrement, and then I discovered these gorgeous decorative lights, so I needed more sockets and accoutrement. Well, I exceeded my budget. The way a basic studio lighting setup works is you have your main light, which in my case is this window of natural light. Highly reliable, especially on overcast days, but I make do. Then there's a secondary fill light, which fills in the shadows on the other side. And then finally, some lights in the background to fill in the whole set. So in my case, I'm okay here. Got a bit of that natural light bouncing off the wall, but that corner gets a little dark, and then over there it's always super dark because there's no natural light, but also I have this dark cabinetry there, which just adds to it. So I'm thinking 2 lights there, 1 in the corner, and then those yellow decorative lights in between the artwork, just to add some warmth, you know? Make this feel like my cozy cabin studio. Step 1, measure out the length I need for my wire. So from this outlet and up I go, like so. Cross, line it up right in between these two. Hang the light to about, here. Now strip these wires, and I would highly encourage you getting proper wire strippers, but on a budget I don't do this too often. So very carefully, using an X-Acto knife, twist the wire around, tighten that nice and taut. Repeat that on the other side. Tighten that up. Pop this baby shut. That is in there fast. That is not going anywhere. On the other end, I put this socket. However, I've attached this little wire here because it's going to lead through and back to my decorative lights. Wrap that around. Get under there. Just like your friend. Pop that back in. Move the cap down. That's it. Come on. All right, nice and snug. And then out of this little one here, I'm going to connect 2 more wires, twisting them together, and then taking one of these caps and putting that over top and twisting that closed, like so. Boom. And then some sockets on the end of those wires as well. There we go. So now let me actually test this rig out to see if it works. Plug it in. All right, my lights are working. And I'm trying not to look directly at them, so that is centered right there. Okay. Should get this little nibby thing around there. Oh, come on. Come on. This is the problem with having a gimpy hand. Makes working overhead a little hard. Come on. This is in the way as well. Well, while I slowly plod along putting this on, let's check in with sewing corn. This is the second last pair of pants that I've made, and they're too snug through the hips and too high-waisted. So I altered my pattern and made these, which now are too wide through the hips, but still too high-waisted. So I'm going to return to the pattern of these pants and adjust. Bring them down by 1 inch in the back here. And then just taper that down and out. I'm putting on this zipper because it makes it easier to put on the sample, but also gives me more of an accurate reflection of the final shape, you know? All right. A little loose up top here still, so gotta pull out a little bit around the waist area. Now mind you, I don't have a waistband up top here. I obviously gotta bring this up as well. It's a little low in the back here, and I think that's what's causing the pulling. I got room for a tramp stamp here, which, look, I don't have one to show off, so. Let's get back to the studio lighting business and I'll give this another shot. Thank you, buddy, and look, I got it all up. You know, it's kind of looks like guts and not the most beautiful thing in the world, but you know what? I won't see this in future videos anyways. It's also why this light is so high, so you won't see it. Now, the other 2 sets of lights. Mandy, I'm gonna need to move you just for a second here so I can get the other one up. In fact, editing cord, why don't you give us some music? It's gonna be exactly the same as the other side. Sewing cord, were you able to sort out your pattern issues? Over to you. I do have them done. And taking a look, not bad. Yeah. Finally, I transfer this back into a pattern. I'm kind of morphing this piece with a bit of the old piece on the legs. Get that up to there. Fun little technique, huh? Oh boy. All right, well, let's see this lighting setup that was worth taking my episode this week. And now, dun 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 dun. Come on. It's nice, isn't it? It's nice. Look, and it's all for you. Yeah, okay, yes, I like it. It's nice. Thank you. Want to live life on my own, so I'm stuck scrolling through my phone. And even though I'm all alone, I left you in the back room, calling out my name. And maybe it was smack though. It's all just